Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator. Last episode of Showdown, unless we'll talk about it later. This is Cyberpunk, the collectible card game. For this specific showdown, we're going to have Militech versus the Mob. The Mob's special is they choose an opponent at the beginning of the game and get +1 Eurobuck production for every location that player controls to a maximum of +6. Their special victory is to have 50 Eurobucks worth of production at the end of their turn between their locations with at least one of each of the following types: bar, entertainment, grocery, retail, manufacturing, net, and medical. They have this shit to pull it off. Militech, however, legwork. Use Militech to give any runner either 6 SR or 6 LR until end of turn. This runner is considered to have equipment attached this turn. Battle, use Militech to pay for 2 long-range attacks with a total cost of no more than 13 Eurobucks, which means not using it for its 9 normal money provisions. Victory, make a successful hit on your opponent's stash and end that turn with 120 points of short-range offense on runners you control. They don't have what it takes to pull it off. I'm going to probably, after I make a note of what the baseline decks are, start modifying my shit. Because really need to just start fine-tuning the decks to actually do what they're supposed to do. But aside from the special victory conditions, there's 100 ops points, which I'll track with these green and gold dice, or 100 style points, which I'll keep track of with these blue dice. These dice are ones that I got specifically for Anima, but they're useful just in general. So, start of the game. Let's set up. If I remember correctly, it's initial hand of 4 cards. You can draw from whichever decks you want to draw from. I'm probably going to go 2 of each just to be sure. Runs, equipment, or gear. Everything that's in the runs deck are either locations, runners, or operations. Everything in the gear deck is either equipment, cyber, or events. Right. And I have as much stuff written down as possible on index cards so I can deal with flipping through the rulebook as little as necessary. This is going to be a long one. Bear with me. Then there's going to be the first turn, which is done with a cut to style. Events are considered -1. They have a 1, so they're going to go first. Okay. So let's see what we have starting hands. The Militech is starting with some equipment, cyber, and a couple locations. Not a whole lot to work with there. Location's always helpful. Meanwhile, we've got the mob starting with info broker an assault weapon, destroy that plant, operation, and splice. And probably get out a Netrunner early. But then that puts them kind of in a vulnerable spot. Yeah. So we want to start building up our teams, building up the operations that we want to go after, and then going after them. So, start of the turn. I want to need something to kind of keep track that, hey, I'm on this player's turn, just in case I want to forget. I'm going to use this weird D8. Actually, since there's 6 steps in the turn, we'll use this. Okay. So step 1, draw 3 cards. What do we want? We need more locations. So we're going to draw 1, 2, and 3, just to have some options to work with. Alright, we got the Hour of Vengeance, a hospital, and a tech shop. Hand maximum at the end of the turn is 8 cards. We have 7. So let's move on. Straightening, if there's any cards that are used, they're now straightened. No actions can be played during the first 2 steps of the turn. So step 3 is shopping. So actually buy stuff. Let's get some actual locations going. So they can generate 6 Euro bucks. They get a discount of 2 on anything street faction, I believe. Sponsors. I always like to make sure I'm stuff. Yeah, reduce the cost by 2 to a minimum of 1. So we're going to buy the tech shop. So we need to pay 6 or 4. We generate 6. Any amount you overpay is lost. So the tech shop comes in unused. I believe. Let's see here. Locations. Locations come into play unused. So we should be able to just kind of chain our way into using a location to buy another location. As broken as that seems. Unfortunately, the tech shop only generates 2 Euro bucks. So that's maybe not nearly as broken as it could be. Which, considering how expensive my shit is, maybe it's not too broken. Okay. Well, that's it for the turn. Because we go to legwork, we have no abilities to run for that. We've got nobody in play to mess with for action in terms of going to battle, damage control. There's no battle aftermath. My hand size is currently at 6, so don't have to discard down. And it passes over to Militech. We're going to draw. Let's look for more runners and gear. So we have Trash in the Corp Zone, Black Ops Specialist, and the Mole. Can generate 9 Euro bucks. Let's use Militech for. Let's try to keep things separated. Gotta keep them separated. The Mall is entertainment. It generates 6 Euro bucks. It comes in unused, so we can go ahead and use that 7 and the faction discount on the Black Ops Specialist. They are a Netrunner with 4 empathy, 4 SR, 2 LR, and 5 defense, and 6 power. Plus 2 power while lowering the ESEC of any corporate faction, location, or operation. And they're available to use immediately. So, what do they have in play right now? They have a tech shop, which has 9 manual security and 8 electronic. 9 plus 8 plus 8 is 25. So I need to get like 25 to deal with that. Start using the Netrunners. Build up some Netrunners to start breaking the electronic security. And we're down to 5 cards, so all well and good for that turn. Alright, and we're back to the mob. They're now at plus 1 money production for the mole being in play. Let's draw some more stuff. Let's draw 1 more from the run deck and 2 from the gear deck. Ooh. Okay, still going. So we have 2 trench coats and medicine. Okay. Oh, let's straighten, of course. And then, what are we buying? Well, we can generate 7 with them or 2 with them, money-wise. Let's see here. Gotta play something, because otherwise we're not going to be going very far. We'll play the hospital, which we'll spend from the mob. Comes into play unused. Down to 8 cards, so I don't have to worry about discarding anything. Between the 2 of these, I can generate 5 Euro bucks, which is something. So I need to get out somebody. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and spend the 5. And play Madison, a solo. 7 MP, 5 SR, 3 LR, 5 defense, and 3 power. The nice thing about solos is their flexibility in combat. Yep, I'm out of stuff to spend money. Down to 7 cards. So it's over to the next turn. Let's see what we need. Probably draw some 2 more from the run and 1 from the gear. We've got Jammed. I want that prototype. And Recruitment. I'll play some of those operations. Straighten those out again. Start planning how to deal with them. Let's see, there's 9. There's 6. There's a 2 discount on corporate stuff. Play. We're going to make use of the corporate discount. And we're going to go ahead and play I Want That Prototype. So, this is what we're going to start gearing up to take on. Okay. It's 15 ops points, 15 manual security, 11 electronic. So 22, 37 defense. And if we complete it, I can search the gear deck for any 1 cyber equipment not currently play and put it into play for free. So this is something to build up to and deal with later. Okay, I still have the mall. Generates €6. I mean, let's just go ahead and work on building up the specialist for now, right? Or start building up more the financial end of things. Yeah. The mall, another copy of the mall. Screw it. It'll cost 2 less for matching with my faction. 6 from the mall is overkill, but hey, could make use of it. And that leaves me a mall I can go ahead and use again. Or this one. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use the mall and equip Militech Viper onto the Black Ops Specialist. So +4 SR, +1 LR. And +1 style. Oh, that's what I should be keeping track of. My style points. Oops. So with these specialist and the gun, I have 4 style. With medicine by herself is a 1 style. That's the nice thing about styles. You can just keep track of it as you need it. But I'm out of money to spend. And I don't have to worry about discarding, so. On to the opposing turn. What do we want now? We've got quite a bit of equipment. Let's see here. Let's just focus on the runs. 2 and 3. So we're drawing gangs didn't bring down property values. Coffin Hotel. Oop. And who cares about patents? So I have to play something this turn. Straighten everything out. The mob is now getting an extra 2 for their finances. So that's 8. There's a 2 and there's a 3. Straight in, now we're into buying stuff. Let's think about what I want to do mission-wise. Okay. 8 plus 2 for that discount is 10. You can play a 10 card. Destroy that plant. Sabotage. 15 ops points, 15 MS, 6 ES for grand total 27 defense. When you complete this operation, you may trash any one corporate location in play, considering they have 2 malls. They'll be building up to deal with that. And I have 1 card too many. I need to play something. So, Coffin Motel is 4, and it's matching my faction. So for 2, we play the Coffin Motel. We're now at manufacturing, retail, medical, and a grand total of 9 Euro bucks to the locations. Okay. Go ahead and play Splice. The street, so 3 cost, we can pay that with the hospital. And put them into play. Reduce the cost of any street faction deck being attached to Splice by 1 Euro buck. Gains +1 power if loyal to your friendly local gang. 1 SR, no LR, 1 defense. 4 power though. They're pretty good at their job. Alright. And then we still have the Coffin Motel to make use of. Let's give somebody a weapon. The Dara Polytechnic M9. So we'll use the Coffin Motel. Technically cheaper, but it doesn't really matter. Because of stuff. Alright. We'll give it to Madison for another +2 SR, +2 LR. I'm up 1 style for Splice. Let's see here. So we're down to 6 cards. It wants to attempt a run on anything. Problem is dealing with this person. Okay. Let's think about this for a sec. That's 7 SR. I have a Netrunner that can drop the ES by 4. She'll break the mall. She'll drop the mall's ES to 0. The only problem is this asshole. My solo could improve their defense to not die. Well, actually, they might actually die because they only have 3 power and they're sitting at 8. Yeah, I don't think we're in a good position to make an attack on to make a hit on the mall. So we're just going to say good enough and move on to the next turn. Alright, Militech, what do you need? Looking at... We've got some events to work with. Let's see here. Well, let's get 2 and 1. See who shows up. Okay. We drew Take Him Out Quietly. Junkyard Doc. Government Techie. And a Polymer one-shot. Yeah. And we go ahead and straighten everything. Get Militech back. Now let's think about using Militech's special and give them some additional short range. They're currently at 8. Another 6 would put them to 14. A little bit more and they could almost crack it, but there's still this electronic security to deal with. The problem is if I go... Alternatively, I could go attack one of their locations. But I don't think I'm going to be able to deal with the electronic security. It's a problem. So, let's see what else we can do then. I guess we can focus on just expanding our own productive capacity. We'll use Militech. Well, yeah, we have to. We will use Militech for the Night Owl. Is a bar and it produces plus 3 Eurobucks to purchase a corpse loyalty. Otherwise, it produces just 5. Let's see what else. Let's see. We need more people. Seriously. When you get to 4 people, we can make a team, and numbers are what matters. So we'll spend the 5 from the Night Owl for Junkyard Doc, Techie, 6 MP, 1 SR, 3 defense. Legwork. You use this card to give a weapon plus 2 SR, plus 2 LR until end of turn. So we'll have that option. What else? We still have 12 to work with over here. Oh, they have no style. You know what? We'll spend the 2 malls and put out recruitment. Unwilling extraction. When you complete this operation, you may choose 1 runner from your hand and put them into play at no cost. It is 15 ops points, 30 MS, 9 ES. Grand total 48 defense. That gives us another option to work with. Alright. To go after some point. Let's think about this. 8, 9. Yeah, 9's not going to be enough. Something else we can do as an option, so we can free up the net runner to actually do their job, is use the Viper and transfer it over to the Junkyard Doc. Alright. So, call that the end of that turn. This is a very space-intensive game. Alright. Draw 3 cards. What do we want? I mean, I think finding more people would help. We'll go 3 off the runs deck. Another Madison, another Coffin Motel, and the Afterlife. Straighten everything up. The mob now generates 9 Eurobucks. Right. Just remember that I have the rest of the hand. I mean, let's focus on getting this crap out. Try to get to that special objective, the Afterlife. It's a bar, and it produces +4 EB when used to purchase a solo's loyalty, which is what it'll do. So we have another copy of Madison. It's just another 1 style. Up to 3. Alright. Let's spend a Coffin Motels. Actually, hold up. Because we can use the faction discount, 2 and 2. Get another Coffin Motel. Alright, and I still have that to work with. Okay. We're going to spend we're going to leave the hospital up. We're going to use the Coffin Motel and add a trench coat to somebody. It's extra defense. Let's give it to the person who's already got a weapon to better protect them. So, when it comes into play, draw a card. We're going to draw a gear. Monorail pass. Nice. And then if it ever leaves play, it's removed from the game. And it's +2 style. Okay. Use the other Coffin Motel and buy another trench coat. This time for the other solo. It's another 2 style. Okay. These are all street. Alright. Okay. Alright. Now to consider whether or not I'm going to do any runs with what I have right now. Alright, so weighing the options here. First, let's look at what can be done in terms of combined offense. Obviously, I'm going to assign the Netrunner to reduce the ESAC of a location. With the against them all, I'm going to take it down to 0, which means we're going to have to deal with 9. 8 manual security. We need at least 9 to break it. Between 2 solos, I have 7, 12. Combine their combat sense. And they're power 3. So 7, 12, 15, 18. 18. So 18, breaking 8. But let's look at these defenses, because defense 3, defense 5. I'm sorry. Hold on a minute. So that will leave 10 left. Defense 6, defense 6. Against their combined. So 5. Means they're not going to be able to crack the defense of my team. Hold on for a minute. Okay. So, talked about going after them all. I realized something. Their Netrunner is available to potentially protect the mall's electronic security by 6. Which is basically going to render an attack on the mall absolutely pointless. So now that I realize that, basically just call it good for the turn. Or we can look at our operation. 4 to 6 is 2. 2 doubled is 4. Plus 15 is 19. 10, 12, 15, 18. That's not going to be enough. Shit. Special. Let's see. No. That ain't gonna help. Okay. So we're just gonna have to call it good for them for this turn. And we're on to back to mill attack. Alright. Let's go 2 run cards, 1 gear. The Night Owl, Information Espionage, and Info Broker. No extra runners to help straighten. So now the Viper comes into play. The Junkyard Doc's going to be available for kicking some ass. Alright. Let's see here. So one of the cards I pulled is Information Exchange. It's an operation. 4 manual security, 13 electronic. If I play it, let's see. Could take down the electronic security at 7. The problem is I need at least 6 total power Netrunners on the team to run it. 7, 14, 4 is 18. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off. So let's actually start looking at some other options here. We're going to play Info Broker. Cost 5. It's during leg work, though. I'm going to put it face down here as a reminder that I'm going to play it later. And we'll go ahead and use Militech. We'll use Militech to purchase the Night Owl, which will empower the mob even further. Got 12, 17 worth. We're going to go ahead and play Take Him Out Quietly as something to build up to later. 20 ops points, 22 MS, 30 ES. Assassination. When you complete it, use a soul you control to burn a runner with less power. That'll be something to build up to later. Alright. So, legwork. Spend the 5. And info broker. Look at the top 5 cards of your own stack. Put them back in any order. So let's go ahead and show what we got to deal with here. We have Race Chapel, Defection, Industrial Complex, Madison, Police Auction Yard. We are going to put the 2 runners up top. And then Industrial Complex, Police Auction Yard, Defection. So the Defection is way down there, and we can guarantee get some extra runners. Okay. Doing some actual shit this turn. They have solos. Let's not attack their crap. But let's actually see what the Netrunner could knock out their operation. Yeah, we're just not in a good position to take on anything yet. So let's just make sure we're down to 8, and then pass to the other player. Yeah, I figured this was going to be one of the longer episodes, and that's fine. Oh, there's another thing I gotta find out if the mall having a 1 style is a misprint or not. There's some weird typos in this game. To look into it. What do we need? Let's go 1 gear and 2 runs. Serial pull. Cloning Center. That explains all the Madisons out there. Data Term and Torso Plate. Not very stylish, but hey, if you want to live, you're going to need it. Let's see here. Oh, and straighten, of course. Let's... to retail bar medical manufacturing. We'll spend the tech shop's Eurobucks with a street discount and play Data Term. Use Data Term to give a media +4 power until end of turn. And that gives us the 5 of the 7 types we need. And total Eurobuck production 5, 13, 16, 18. I need another 32. It's going to be rough. Alright. Let's see here. Use the mob. And add cloning center to the locations. Manufacturing damage control. Use this card and pay 2 times the printing cost of any runner in your trash pile to return them to play used. Okay. What else? Well, we've got our... Let's see here. Let's see. We've got our own info broker. So we're going to skip playing anything else and just go straight to legwork. What do you want to spend? Spend the 5 from Coffin Hotels. So top 5 other rounds, and let's try to get some better options, because holy crap. So we have another Madison, a Ripper Doc, the Afterlife, Short Circuit, and Demolition. Let's see. The Afterlife and Short Circuit are bars, which I already have 2 of, or 1 of. I'll just put the runners up top and the ops card at the bottom. Okay. Any runs? The problem is they have defenders, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. I mean, 3 defense, 5 defense. The thing is, all I need to do with the Black Ops Specialist is use them. That's the okay. Yeah, whatever one they decrease is going to respond and increase. So what's going to happen? Yep, they're just going to have to leave it there. Alright, 3 new cards. Obviously, 2 runners and a gear. We have Madison, Race Chapel, and the Microwaver. Use the Microwaver to use a cyber card skirmish. And those are all available once again. I'm going to put the discard piles behind the decks for the time being. Right. Let's see if I can keep Militech open to let's see here, to make use of their powers. I can, right. So Race Chapel costs 6, 4. So we'll use the Night Owl. which produces extra money anyway. So we have out Race Chapel with a 6 SR, 1 LR, 6 defense, 3 power as a solo, 6 empathy. And you can use them to give another runner +1 SR until end of turn. I guess so I don't want them in danger. And then we'll spend 5 on Madison. So we have enough to make a team. To make a full team of 4. Okay. Let's see here. Nothing special. Nothing special other than spending 2 on jammed to reduce their guns bonuses. So here's the weird thing. It's any gun. I guess as long as it has LR, it counts as a gun. I don't know. We're going to play it. We're going to put it there as a reminder. All right. Always look up the equipment and make absolutely sure, though. Imagine anything that's not melee would count as a gun. Anything that has the long range bonus. So they're jammed. Okay. But whether or not I should actually do that is going to depend on some other factors. Let's look at what we can actually go after. The data term has an ES of 6. So it's part of legwork. We can shut that down. Oh, they have an extra +2 against corporate faction locations or operations. I need to remember that. Because they can shut down an 8. But only for like low-end stuff. So here's what we're going to look at fighting over. The data term. Well, let's double check style. 1, 2, 3, 6. 6 style. Alright. Okay. So we drop the ES down to 0. Their counter during legwork is to put their 4 power back into it. So ES of 4, which will become an 8. So take a 16 to crack that. Let's remember what I've got here. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 9 is 17. And another 5 is 22. They would... enough defense, they can send the team home, but then we're going to have to deal with the security of the location. And that's going to kick back and kick our own ass. So We're going to not play Jammed. It's going to not play Jammed. And let's see. To have a medtech. I don't. So their response was to me. So I'm going to be basically stuck in that position at the end of the turn. Yeah, I don't see a good way of dealing with that. So we're going to pass. So, wait a minute. Screw it. We find out. That's why I had Militech as an option precisely for this matter. We're going to legwork Militech. Give an extra 6 SR. To Race Chapel. So now he's at 12. Alright. So we're going to declare the run. Declare a hit on their data term. So after assembling, during legwork, we assemble the team of up to 4. So we have this team. They're going to assemble their team during legwork as well. Okay. Their gun is jammed. So this is how it's going. So this is how it plays out for the battle. We're not attacking an operation. We're not attacking their stash, so we don't have to pay anything. Okay. There is no other cards to play. No other abilities to pay for. Nothing else happening. We're going to spend 1 by overkill for them all and attach the polymer 1-shot to Madison. Give her a +2 SR. Just to be absolutely sure. The style is temporary, so I'm not going to bother adding it. Alright. So, combined offense. 7 and 12 is 19 and 5 is 24. Combat sense on the solos. 24 +3 +3. 30. Let's keep track of that somehow. So we have a combined offense of 30 and a combined defense of 5, 9, 11, 3, 14. Their team, so 10 plus let's see here. Yeah, 10 plus 6, 16. 16 is going to be enough to crack my defense. Oops. So let's rethink this. I don't need to go overkill on the offense. What I think we'll end up doing is do the solo. Is use a solo combat sense for defense. So 24 or 20. So against their 16. Because it should be able to math. Yeah, you gotta be like cracked at math to just get through this game. So 16 for offense. Or do they know? Yeah. And then defense of 12. If they had boosted their defense instead, 12, 18, it wouldn't have helped. So, it would help. And I'll show you why. Let's say they just go ahead and accept that they're going to have not enough strength to fight back, and instead up their defense as much as possible. So it's a grand total of 18 defense. Alright. Defense. So they're going to lose. They're going to probably end up losing the trench coats. The overflow of 6, however, is not going to be enough to deal with a data term. Which begs the question, if I had taken the chance. I think this is one of the games where I absolutely need to have 2 people playing to deal with the timing. Because clearly, knowing what would have happened is going to just mess with everything. Because I could do my battle combat sense first and decide offense, they'd respond with defense. I'd respond with more offense. They'd respond with more defense. Let's say that's what happened. Let's say that's what happened. I went combat sense offense. They went combat sense defense. Was combined 14. Okay, so 30 minus 18 is 12. Against the data terminals remaining 16, it's not going to be enough. It's going to defeat the opposing team. They're going to lose their trench coats. And it's too bad. Oh, yeah. The trench coats get removed from the game anyway. So it doesn't help. So I'm going to put them upside down as a reminder. So they... Let's see here. Defending team. So we go on to resolve the hit and it fails. What happens then is a failure. See, security total versus team defense. So 16 versus 14 means the team loses. Race Chapel gets trashed. And then they lose their shit and have to go home. Alright. And the data term is secured. Which will then put it into the hands of the mob once again. We'll just straight up draw 3 for the runs. Yeah. And be able to get out a Ripper Doc and Madison. So we'll have 3 solos. That's potential 24. Let's trade it. Let's go and let's do this properly. I think I'm gonna call it here. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get through this in a decent time. But you're seeing how things play out, though. Kind of just projection for the next, for this turn. We'll have out Madison. We'll have out River Doc. We'll buy the Afterlife towards getting that taken care of. Their stuff is used, so there's going to be no defense towards going after something. So let's look this over. 4 power. Is there anything we could reduce? Completely. An attack on the mall, probably. Yeah, let's say we got the Afterlife. We got. There we go. We got those. Those 2. Let's say legwork. ES down to 0. MS 8 for that one. Let's look at assembling teams. 7, 8. 7, 8 plus 3, 11. For this team to go after them all. And then 8, 16, and 16. No. Let's try. Yeah, because 1, 5, 6 is a 9 against 8. This team could take out that mall for 5 ops points. If they have no response, they're out of money. And then this team 2 is 7, 12, 15, 18 against 16. So these two, we make up these 2 teams to destroy the 2 malls that they have for 10 ops points. That's as good as it's going to get for any kind of clue regarding where this is going to go from here. So they're going to be down 2 locations, which will hurt the mob, but it's closer to victory for them. All right, I'm gonna call it here, and yeah, you see, it's 3 cards at a time, starting from like 84 cards. Starting hand of 4 is 80. 3 cards at a time. At the absolute slowest is 27 turns to even break both decks. At which point, every card that a person needs to draw and they can't, the other side gets either 5 style or 5 ops points. At which point, whoever's currently in the lead is going to be in a good position to run away with the game. Especially if they have stuff to deal with to go handle that. So. Yeah. Why did I think the Showdown series was a good idea? I just had all these 2-player games, and it's like, it would be interesting to show how the conflict between 2 players emerges and what they might have to decide based on what they're trying to do and what their opponent's trying to do, and trying to get into that headspace of what strategy emerges from that. And I thought it was something to try. Something to have more content to work with, featuring the games that I love and want to feature more of. So that's the Showdown series for now. I have my eyes on one game. One more game. 2 decks. Maybe I can get it, maybe not. I don't know. But I think either this is the last episode or that's going to be the last episode of this series. I was looking for input on potentially featuring my board games that are more board games that are like dedicated to players, like, I don't know, Shogi or Go, and playing both sides of that. Or just any game that can be played with 2 players, like Splendor or Alchemist. Or Mainframe, and just featuring that. But I think for now, I need a break. I need a break from this. So that was the Showdown series. This is for Cyberpunk, and if you liked it, please let me know. If you also have stuff for this game, let me know what changes you do for each of the starter decks, and I will see what I can do to get the cards and maybe fine tune the decks that direction. Or just take some time and mess with them on my own. Hey, there we go for another future video idea. Fine-tuning the decks that I already have using boosters. I mean, I've already opened enough boosters for Cyberpunk. I might as well actually show how I'm going to use them. But I think first off, I want to make a note of what the decks are at their starting point. That way, if for whatever reason I need to, I can go back. But that's it. I want to just say thank you very much for watching. Especially if you got to this point. People watching the entire thing, I wish I could see more of. So, thank you. Thank you very much. This has been Pillar Nexus. I will see you next time.